So, we are talking about the current political atmosphere that we have in 2025. It is September 19th, mid September of 2025, and I'm tapping into our collective American atmosphere here and seeing the devil card, the Five of Wands, and the High Priestess. People are noticing this sort of heaviness, and people are fighting each other a lot. People are arguing, they're not happy. And there's an inner knowing that we all have about what's really going on, what's really happening, which is a shortcoming of leadership in America right now. And it's causing for regular citizens, regular working everyday people, to have to seclude within themselves and not say too much. I just heard ICE, like this can literally have to do with ICE. People are just kind of freaked out. And I understand the sense of intelligence and being like reclusive when there is danger around or when it feels like there is. Okay, so I pulled out a series of three cards below the Devil, the Five of Wands, and the High Priestess here. I'll show you guys. This is the top row that came out for the reality of the administration, Trump's administration, and the lack here. So the lack and things that are missing, okay? Emotional intelligence, feminine intelligence about supporting lives, taking care of people, that's missing, as well as with the Empress. It's a sense of actually helping the economy flourish. This is not happening right now. There's a sense of um, it it being narrowed, like there's a narrowed path for each individual because we have a removal of aid, we have a removal of environmentalism, um, environmental protections. The Empress is surrounded by nature. She represents nature itself. Like she's like the queen of the forests. And I mean that figuratively here. Feminine energy, once again, it's like that's missing, it's lacking. And I think a lot of people can relate this message in this video to in my in my own heart, relate it to Kamala Harris. Um, People feel upside down. There's a lack of clarity, a lack of seeing the way forward. People may be feeling like setbacks, you know? Let me ask for another series of three from Spirit. Give me 1 second. Wow. So I asked, how is this going to turn around? How is this energy going to turn around? And it looks like look at this. Not for the administration, but for the people, for the American people. We're going to have a new foundation of some kind. Like there's going to be a new form of leadership, or like a man and woman that come into power. And I just heard and saw 2028. So we have about 2 whole years until this change happens, because democracy, can represent this Wheel of Fortune to me because it's a cyclical construct. Democracy is a cyclical taking care of each other, looking out for each other, making sure taxes are going towards the right things for society to flourish and be protected, be properly uplifted, and move forward. And we're talking down to debt paying off. We're talking down to assistance with those in medical need. We're talking about the healthcare system being balanced out. Like all of the education as well, all of these areas, more affordability, like there's going to be some sort of turnaround that we experience in America, and the whole entire world will be affected by this change, and it's a happy change. Have faith and have optimism, you guys, because this is something that's missing. There's a devil energy that because toxic, corrupt, deceptive behavior blatantly, outwardly in the public eye, that is being admired. Some people have been admiring this devil, which has been Trump. It's been this group. I dare I say the GOP. Look at this. This devil has these people on leashes. Like, I will pay you. I will support you. My people will support you if you support me. It's like this contract that is getting people in trouble, in danger. We just saw what happened to Charlie Kirk. And this is a really heavy karmic energy politically that must be learned by all of us. Like, Spirit is saying that it's a very serious, life altering lesson that society must learn from Trump's president era. There's a tyrannic dictator in him, not so much for the better good of humanity. And it's not so much of a secret. You know, the secret's out. People are arguing. We're all kind of batting against teams, really. And also, like, I've even seen patterns recently of news about MAGA itself going against each other, and it's very apparent. It's like there's just a loss of strife, and of real direction here. Okay, so the real direction that Spirit tells me for this future of Americans is that, and for the rest of the world, is that we need to have a balanced, centered, emotionally intelligent, feminist president, not a misogynist that's going to influence and inspire other misogynists around the country, right? Like men to tell women that they should be in a certain place in the world or in their homes or something like that, right? Um, it's completely like women are, could be, because of their activism, because of their inclusivity in all of this activism and change in voting in 2028, we will see a big turnaround and a new foundation that we've been wanting, that Spirit, our collective Spirit, has been yearning for. We want progression in the United States. And this does have to do with new technologies that help people travel across the country. We're talking about like bullet trains, things that are going to not have hefty emissions, you know, or zero emissions, because we are capable of that. Like the intellectual future that we're meant to have is on the way. Yeah. And someone's going to get into power that currently is like doing well. There's a president or a female or something like that that is, it may be another female, or it could be Kamala Harris herself coming back. Yeah, there's some sort of clarity about this that Spirit is affirming to me. Saying like you're right on the dot about that. Um, that they're financially doing well, so don't fret, don't worry. Have faith and know that something's gonna turn around. Wow, look at that. The magician. Almost like magic here. It will be like magic. Justice. Yeah. someone's willingness is going to come back, or someone's willingness will come fresh to the table of voting the next election and will be supported. There's going to be a lot of people that are ready to get rid of Trump this time, and like come in like, we're choosing you, like banding together. Like we all need to band together and agree on who we are going, especially democratically. Okay, anyone but a Republican, for the love of God, someone that is going to actually represent a sense of everybody and not just a single groups or an oligarchy construct. Like no privatized anything, because that deception is not serving humanity. That form of like keeping secrets from everyone is causing people to fight. It's causing people to not correctly live and treat each other well. The future as yet unrevealed. It's a mystery. The woman who interest the querent. What does that mean? The querent. Yeah, there will be a new renewal here. Okay, I'm seeing good cards come out after the initial collaboration. Money's coming together. I just saw Bernie Sanders. Bernie is on like a tour right now. He's talking to the public. So there's something like that where people are coming together to really look at something and be like, this is where we need to go. It's like a a bunch of thoughts that came together. It's almost like a form of investment of a direction. Here, those coins that are into a statue. It's like something's being sculpted for America, and we're moving away from something. We're having to move away with a pain, with a lot of pain. What happened in Palestine? What happened in what are those countries that Trump was sending bombs to, or missiles or something? Like he was getting away with causing disaster just for fun, like just because he could. There's really no reason why he needed to get involved, but that's just playing president. And I think that a lot of people see this truth and are not happy about it and are going to come together and be like, we have a new beginning here and we need to take care of ourselves first, and make sure that other countries are also looked after, but make sure that we're taking care of America. Like our infrastructures, our bonds with each other, making sure mayors and governors are working together and not separated, because that's what also democracy fights for here. Yeah, there's been such a um like a it's almost like when there's a bad principal in a school, like a bad principal that um treats their staff like they need to be whipped and they need to do the whipping, right? It's like punish them. Um, they can't be doing that. They need to be punished. It's like that type of thing. These people that have been doing that, like to their own states, like Ron DeSantis, they are going to be clouded in so much judgment and so many words coming at them that are not pleasant, and it's going to cause them to be like their reality is boxing up on them because people have created a cage. Because society itself, it's like destined for these people to create their own cage of what they've done, the hatred, the backwards movement of real hearts, like society as a whole. Because our hearts are aligned to uplift and uphold humanity, pride, the LGBT community, trans people, and the environment, making sure biodiversity is not decreasing, not staying the same, but going up and flourishing. That's what we need to be focused on. And these individuals have gotten themselves stuck in so many misguided areas, in my opinion, because it's all a big package of progression that can't be ignored. That's what Spirit is saying. Um, if a Republican were to have a more holistic sense of vision about these types of things and still be a Republican and do good for society, then I think a lot of Democrats would not be complaining as much. And a Republican that does inspire collaboration and effort together to create healthy bonds and not violence, like this humanitarian direction that we need in presidency in the United States. That's what I'm getting from Spirit, is like, we know this inside. We know this, like the high priestess. You might be a life path 2 if you're watching this, or something. You might have 2 in your chart, or your destiny matrix, the arcana. I don't know what that's called, but I think it's called destiny matrix. Mine is a 2. It's the strength card, 11-2. So yeah, I'm getting that. There's major celebration coming up for. I'm hearing Democrats, like these people who are more deliberate and more civil. These are more civil people. There's a lot of Gen Z that know the truth about the parties. The GOP is tied to the Republican Party quite heavily. It's the grand old party, um, and they wow. I keep seeing this, like democracy, cups coming together, like clink, we won. This they practice in the GOP old traditions. A lot of Republicans are like Christian or the Bible thumper type of people that think that men should read the Bible and make kind of curate women, like really old Piscean ways of being. Very submissive. Women are submissive and men are leading everything and manipulating. Actually, it's a form of societal manipulation done by men in this Republican Party. This is all in the light. Like, none of this is hidden. And this is why people are so like, get over here, like, don't say that, attacking each other. It's ugh, it's the truth is here. Okay, the truth is here. There's a lot of individuals that are just lost in the sauce, and whoever is actually winning is who the people will follow, because they don't have any other choice. It's a figure. It's a physical manifesto that they can like suck from and take from. So someone like Trump is going to have supporters because his ego wins. Somehow he has won and gotten past all of these legal hurdles that have come his way. And the Supreme Court itself has an imbalance of judges. Like, this all needs to be fixed and altered, okay? This is what's coming up. And we're assessing it, we're watching it, not just Democrats, but everybody. There's a lot of Republicans as well that are now like, maybe I'll stay a Republican or whatever. Doesn't matter. Just who you're supporting is changing, okay? That's a major theme that's coming through. And we have to face it. We have to face this, because there's not all these benefits coming from this administration at all. And that's what that's supposed to happen. Not just for people to get cookies. It's for humanity to thrive. We're not thriving in this climate, okay? And if we have global warming happening to such an intensified state each year, where we're ignoring emissions all the way up to the top of presidency, all the way up to an administration having a say in these companies and what these companies are allowed to do and not do, even regarding their emissions, okay? These companies will get away with making more money and emitting more if they can. So who's the sacrifice there? It's the regular public, it's biodiversity, it's nature itself, and we're having a loss of just the natural world. And it's not all about humans, it's also about the nature in which we are here to take care of. We have Native American ancestral tribes that speak through us, through the heart, and do say very affirmatively to look after nature and develop nature, intertwine nature in everything that you do. Okay, even how you think. Make sure that you have plants around you so you have fresh oxygen around you. It's that type of thing, and it's very serious. This is the seriousness of our ancestors that speak through us, even on a political level. Sorry, my screensaver came up, but yeah, there's a lot of people that don't take what I just said seriously. It's like they'd sit out in nature and reject it and neglect it, and that's what needs to really change. It's almost like spirit really is saying there's a rebirth happening there. Um, yeah, yeah. Hopefully Kamala Harris comes back, or that there's some sort of real female progressive individual that comes back, because we're gonna vote her in. All right, that's where I'm gonna leave it off at. And I do want to say, if there is a guy that comes about, as long as he's sticking for the correct direction and making the right actions and saying the right things, looking after people with a pure heart, then yeah, then that's good. The personality is a lot. The persona and the person within says a lot. And it has a huge influence on everybody. Even the day to day happiness of people. Because when I lived in LA, in downtown, right after Trump got reelected, the city was so quiet. And that's a democratic state. The city was so like depressive. It was really weird. Um, and I noticed that difference very drastically, because the days before that, there was noise and there was an excited, kind of loud rush that I could feel in my chest. Like like we're gearing up, and people were out. There was a lot more people out. There were, I don't know, people looking forward to something. It was like that type of energy. And then Trump won, and there was like people were like missing, and it was just like whoa. So yeah, it just says a lot. And I see these cards, they improved from start to finish. So we got to make sure that we're focused, okay? And that we're coming to an agreement, seeing eye to eye about the vision forward. Nature, people, humanity, women. Make sure women have their rights, and the LGBT community. Make sure everybody's respected equally, and make sure that racism is not allowed, and that these supremacists, these white people, get shut down. The DEI removal because it's hurting people. It's like I can see the details in that, but overall, diversity, equity, inclusion is the direction of the future. It is. There's no lying or denying that. It's like universal law. Okay. I hope this stuck with you, and contact the House of Representatives if you can, if you still got time, okay? Until this impeachment happens or something, because never know. They've got it on their desks. All right. Bye, guys.